Hi everyone, welcome to Gricklish Outdoors. Today we've got a bit of a problem. The road that I use to get up to the little woodland and the field I test at is somewhat damaged from all the rain we've had recently, and therefore it's very difficult to get down to actually use the field. So I thought I'd gather some rocks and stones from the side of the river here near the city I live, take them up to the mountains and try and somewhat repair the road. Over the last hour or so I've been gathering all these rocks, also a bit of deadfall as well, which will help me repair little bits of the road too. I also managed to gather a load of litter that some twats have left behind in the woodland area here. Anyway, let's get in a pickup and head up to the mountains. Say that I'm not a professional road builder or anything like that. This is purely me doing something so I can access the field, and also trying to do a bit of a good deed for other people who actually use this road. Trying to think of a way I can quickly kind of budge up the road really before the actual professionals come in, but that might not be for a few days, a few weeks, a couple of months, I'm not sure, but I need to get into the field before then. I'm sure other people need to use the field before then too, so let's try and do our best to try and fix up the road as best we can, and hopefully it'll work. Maybe the whole road's collapsed and then it'll be a complete waste of time me coming up here, but we'll see anyway. We'll do our best. Remember, this pickup is rear-wheel drive only, so if I get stuck here, I'm proper screwed. Right, so here's the first part of the road I want to try and fix up. It might not look like much here, but for a vehicle like mine or anyone who hasn't got four-wheel drive, this is a bit of a nightmare. It's proper dips down here, fills with water, and it's a bit of a pain to get through. I'm going to use a few of the flatter pieces first for that slope down into the dip. I'm basically trying to make a little stone path through this ditch. I'm using some of the sticks and leaves here to prevent myself from sinking further into the mud as I'm building the track. I'm also collecting some of this long grass for the same purpose. As I'm making this path, at several points it is 2 to 3 rocks deep, due to the fact they keep sinking further into the mud. This is the last rock I've got in the back of the pickup truck. I may have underestimated the amount of rocks I need. Right, so now I have to try and get some rocks off the side of this hill here and then throw them in. Here I managed to gather several useful pieces of rock. Unfortunately, I do push myself a little too far with some larger pieces of rock, and that will cause an issue with my back in the following days. Right, definitely overestimated the amount of rocks needed and my ability and my back's fitness at the moment to do all this. It was aching this morning and it's definitely aching now, so I think I need to stop before I make it worse. There's a kind of a bit of a path. I'm not sure if it's going to help. I think the worst bit really I've kind of not touched, so a bit disappointing really, But we will drive now over it and see if it's any better than it was the other day. That's been a lot of rocks. It might not seem like it. It was a lot of rocks and a lot of heavy rocks in there as well. As you see, the last part, which I think might be the deepest part, to be honest. Bit of a schoolboy error there, not going there first. But that I can't do now. But I'm going to see if the pickup can make it. Come on, girl. Let's give it a go. Right, we made it through, just about. It was better than the last time I went through this. It did give a little bit of traction. It's not great. I just wanted to try and show you my Greek life here, some of the things behind the camera I have to do to be able to shoot these videos. Anyway, let's move up the road and check out how bad it is further up. As you see, further up, it's collecting a lot of water as well. The road is kind of collapsing a little bit. It's just this soil is so sandy at this part. You can see here, the kind of road is tilting to one side into this ditch there, which is not ideal either. Right, so further up the road towards the field, it's actually not too bad. It's always a little bit bumpy, it's always a little bit stony, but it's fine, completely fine to drive. Now we're turning around because I need to see if we can get back up that muddy part. Right, here we go. The footage might be a little bit shaky, I'm afraid, a little bit over the place because I kind of need both hands for this. Right, here it goes. Woo! Well, we made it. Let's go check on the state of the little path I made now. Is it still there? Have I completely destroyed it? Have I wasted my time completely? Let's check it out. A few rocks may have shifted, but the path is still there. That gives any vehicle coming up here now a little bit of extra traction before that really bad part, which you can see how deep that part is getting there now. Now, unfortunately, I can't do anything about that part today. It's a little bit too much for me to handle. As I said, my back is starting to hurt now, and I'm going to suffer from this for the next 2 days. I just know. Probably not the best idea, to be honest, but it's done now. Unfortunately, 2 days after doing all this work, I had to go see an orthopedic doctor due to a lot of pain and discomfort in my back. He told me that I had a herniated disc at the L4 position of my spine, which was causing a lot of inflammation and pain for me, and I had to be given an injection of a cocktail of drugs into my spine, and he told me to rest in bed for several days and take another course of meds. Anyway, that is part of my Greek life behind the scenes, trying to do stuff to help me out, to help other people out in the area, trying to repair a road very badly, and hurting myself and getting myself filthy during the whole task. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this short video and it wasn't too boring for you and you didn't think it was too pointless, but it is what it is. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Take care, much love. See you next time.